I want you to imagine something. Imagine you're sitting at work, all the bonus checks just got passed around, and you're looking through the list to see what your bonus was for the year. And then you see a number at the top of the page that says $395,000. Is that the right number? That's what I would be thinking. That's exactly what happened with Gary Stevenson. He talks about in his book, The Trading Game. If you don't know who Gary Stevenson is, he went to the London School of Economics, graduated with a degree in economics, and now he's a social media sensation. He talks about in his book that he recently published, a story about how this happened to him. He got a check for almost $400,000, and he's sitting in the office, and his boss comes over to him, and he can see Gary is very moved by this. Gary talks about how he's getting ready to cry. His boss walks all the way over from the other side of the room to his cubicle, puts his hand on Gary and says, "Why don't you go outside for a minute?" Just for him to get some fresh air. The next thing you know, Gary's sitting outside. He's sitting in one of these, as he describes it, this little square park. Imagine something in New York City or any big city, and there's parks in the middle of the city. They're hardly parks. It's just a little square patch of grass. Gary's sitting there. He forgot his jacket, he forgot his scarf and gloves. He's freezing, but there's this little patch of sun that shines right through, keeps him warm. And then all of a sudden, he starts to think about his dad. And this is where shit got emotional for me when I'm reading this. Gary talks about how his father worked for the post office. And every morning, he would wake up before the sun rose. He would wake up, it would be freezing outside, and he would walk to the train. And every night, when he got back, the sun would be down. It would be dark outside. And it was freezing cold all day. His dad works for the post office. He even remembers in the morning, early morning, his mom would run to Gary's room, wake him up so they could watch the train go by, look out his bedroom window, and his dad would wave, and he would wave at his dad as he went on the way to work. And Gary is just reflecting on this, but yet here he is in the middle of the city during the day, taking in some sun, having just got a $400,000 bonus check, and he was reflecting on his father. What I can only imagine, he had some sort of imposter syndrome, some sort of feeling that guilt, or feeling shame, or feeling like he didn't deserve that, because he was working for a year on the trading floor, trading currencies, and figured out how to make this bonus money that he made. And then he says in the book his dad was making maybe 20,000 pounds per year. So imagine how this guy feels. I talked to my best friend about this. Him and I both went to the same college. We studied accounting and business there. And we talked about how our parents, when we grew up, we were effectively poor. I mean, we had food, we had a roof over our heads. So relative to other places, that's more than we could possibly ask. But we were lower income. And now here we are, we graduated college. We bought properties when we were in our 20s. And we don't look at price tags when we buy things. And we're very well off relative to our parents. Both of us make far more than our parents ever made combined in a single year. And here we are, and sometimes we talk about how we feel guilt or shame sometimes because we're doing relatively better than what our parents are doing, and we're doing it at a younger age. So I'm bringing this up because one of the things reminded me of a lot of times, sometimes I'll piss away my money. Or piss away my time. It's normal to do that. I had to remind myself that there are people that are before me, that their ceiling is my floor. I feel a duty, a sense of responsibility to honor them for the opportunity that they gave me and to just absolutely fucking crush it. I don't need to feel guilty about doing better than them. In fact, I should be doing better than them because I had them as parents. My friend had them as parents. Gary had his dad as his father. And they didn't have that as parents. So if a parent is doing their job correctly, raising their kid, the kid should be doing better than the parent. So that's a good thing. So if anyone out there, you see that this next generation, your siblings, yourself, you're doing better than your parents, I would encourage you not to feel guilty or shame, but to recognize that that's the truth, that's a good thing, and then honor your parents with that. Take care of your parents, buy them things, and honor them by just living a good life and doing good things with your money. Spending your money wisely, investing, and doing good things with your money to help other people, to add value to other people, and add value to yourself. If you get a chance, Here it is. It's a trading game. It's an autobiography. Gary Stevens. I typically hate reading autobiographies unless they're like historical autobiographies. I feel like I'm not really like learning anything. I like to read philosophical sciences or physics or biblical historical studies, but I started reading The Trading Game. That story really touched my heart. It's about halfway in, and that was like the biggest takeaway that I got from this book. I'm almost done. It's a nice book. I mean, it's like a little over 300 pages, so this is definitely like a 20-hour. But I'm reading this throughout the month, as like instead of looking at social media stuff throughout the days and grabbing my phone impulsively, this is the book that I'm reading. I definitely recommend this. It smells like fucking knowledge. It smells like money. You gotta get a copy of this. My best friend gave me this. If you don't have the money to get this book, DM me your info. I'll send you a copy for free. It's not worth it. Take care.